dan selamat kembali ke XPAXKEK Kejohanan E-Sukan Campus. Bagus, dah petang, semangat masih dekat sini lagi. Nama saya Keanu Azman dan kami sedang bersiaran secara langsung dari UiTM Puncak Alam. Dan bagi pengetahuan anda semua di sini dan juga anda yang sedang menonton menerusi Facebook dan juga YouTube, XPAXKEK ini dicetuskan oleh XPAX dan ini adalah anjuran bersama di antara MyGameOn, Kitaman dan Universiti Teknologi Mara Puncak Alam dengan kerjasama Predator, Cedars, Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation MDEC dan Mobile Legends E-Project. Dan berikan tepukan dia paling gemuruh untuk barisan penaja kita dari Boost, Cadbury 5 Star, Mountain Dew dan juga Toda. Terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada barisan penaja kita. Tanpa mereka memang tak terjadinya XPAXKEK. Dan tidak lupa juga kepada rakan rasmi kita dari Media Prima, Media Prima Digital, Media Prima Labs, SAIS, Oh Bulan, TV3, 8TV, TV9, Harian Metro, Fly FM, Hot FM, One FM dan juga The Lucky. Baiklah, kita dah habis dah tengok semi-finals. Kedua-dua match dah habis. Jadi hanya tinggal finals nanti di antara dua pasukan dan kita akan tengoklah siapa akan menang dan keempat-empat pasukan yang berlawan dalam semi-finals tadi akan pergi ke grand finals pada 27 hari bulan April nanti. Baiklah, petang ni macam-macam akan berlangsung. Siapa yang datang excited untuk Ismail Izane? Oh, fangirls, fanboys semua dah sampai. Siapa excited untuk band Bittersweet? Good. Appreciate the OG music, that's what I like. Dan sekarang ni kita nak teruskan XPAXKEK Zone Central kita dengan one of my favorite sessions lah. Because di XPAXKEK kita bukan sekadar nak tengok tournament, kita bukan sekadar nak main-main game menang hadiah, tapi kita juga nak menambahkan ilmu pengetahuan kita tentang e-sports. And it's not just you, it's me also. Saya pun datang untuk belajar sedikit sebanyak tentang e-sports. And the next guy that I'm about to invite up on stage, he is a very respected guy in esports. I personally memang look up to him lah. Dia macam orang cakap jack of all trades, that is him dalam esports. Semua dia boleh buat. MC esports dia boleh buat. Caster pun dia. He is just one of a kind lah. Semua dia boleh buat. Dan hari ini dia akan berkongsi dengan kita orang sedikit sebanyak tentang healthy gaming. Korang tahu tak healthy gaming tu apa? Korang tahu tak healthy gaming tu apa? Okey, kalau senyap maksudnya tak tahu. And that is why we brought him with us di XPAXKEK. Jadi tanpa membuang masa, berikan tepukan yang gemuruh untuk Muhammad Farouq atau lebih dikenali sebagai Flava. Woo! Segan saya sebelah dia tahu. Segan saya. How are you, Flava?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Now that you're here with your company, even better.
All right, thank you so much for having me. All right, so what am I going to do today?
Today, I think I want to menari with you.
All right, we can do that.
Okay, but I'm scared it's going to go viral and then we both lose our jobs, right? So, okay, lah, we scrap that.
But we better not do that.
Better not lah. But like I said earlier, Flava ni, semua benda dia boleh buat. This pentas untuk MC, dia boleh buat. Main game power, dia boleh buat. Jadi caster pun boleh buat juga. Bagi talk pun boleh buat juga. Jadi berikan tepukan gemuruh untuk Flava, everybody. Dan tanpa melengahkan masa lagi, since I cannot talk more about healthy gaming and I don't know what is healthy gaming, I need you to do that lah, Flava.
All right, yeah, sure.
Boleh?
Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause to Mr. Keanu up on stage? Thank you so much, Keanu, for joining us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for coming to today's event. Now, before we kickstart everything, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Farouq bin Abdul Patah, and I'm actually the Ketua Penerangan or Ketua Komunikasi for Esports Malaysia, the national Esports Association within the country itself, within Malaysia itself, right? And today I'll be talking on healthy gaming, all right? Now, before we start, all right, I just want to know a little bit about the crowd. Who here is from UiTM? Raise up your hands. Oh, a lot of people from UiTM. May I ask who's here from UiTM Puncak Alam? Okay, who here is not from UiTM Puncak Alam? From UiTM but not Puncak Alam? Wah, ada UiTM memang tak tolong datang sini. Okay, there's one guy at the back. Okay, cool, I saw that. Anyone who is not from UiTM, raise up your hands. Anyone not from UiTM? You're from where? Oh, Cyberjaya. Okay, can. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the talk on healthy gaming right here is actually a Malaysia initiative championed by MDEC, right? Which is the Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, all right? And right now, I'm going to elaborate a little bit about healthy gaming and why I'm actually doing a presentation on healthy gaming in the first place. Now, I think everybody agrees that whenever we talk about gaming, people talk about it not being healthy, talking about addiction to gaming, where people play too much, where people don't focus, especially when it relates back to students. Students don't focus in class. They play more. You know, back in the dorms, they'll play more than 10 hours of gaming. If it was a Saturday and Sunday, because today is a Sunday, right? You have a choice. You could have stayed back in your dorms, in your house, your renting house, and much more. You could have stayed home and played from morning till night, despite knowing that tomorrow there is class, all right? Now, this becomes an issue. Now, it makes a few questions rise from this. Like, is gaming to be blamed for such issues? Or is it the individual themselves for not being able to control themselves? All right, so we're going to be addressing these matters over the presentation we have for today. All right, so right now, can we go next slide? Next 2 slides, yeah? All right, one more. Now, a little bit introduction from myself. I am actually a student from UITM for Diploma in Accountancy. Yes. Back then when I joined in UITM, I started off in Diploma in Accountancy. It's a 3-year study itself. I started off being a debater for University of Technology Amara for UITM. It's kind of odd because back then when you're studying accountancy, you don't see any other accounting people do debate, do public speaking and all this. Not even commentaries, not even do esports. Because the thing about accountancy is that you're pretty busy and there's a lot of homework, so you wouldn't have time to actually do all this, right? I started off being a debater, an adjudicator for tournaments, debate tournaments, and then I become an esports commentator and caster. I started off with Dota 1, all right, because back then Dota 1 was about to end, and then Dota 2 started and everything like that. And then continue on in my career, I started to become a public speaker for esports and other means. I became a channel host for Red Bull Malaysia, and after that, I started to become a professional MC throughout my studies. And all this I accomplished by doing all these professions together with my studies at the same time, all right? So next slide. Now, this is going to be interesting, all right? I'm going to share it with you guys. Let me see, where is it? Ah, there we go. Now, if you're wondering whose schedule this is actually my schedule back in the days when I started Part 1. So, sini semua orang panggil Part 1 ke? Kalau budak baru masuk Part 1 kan? Part 1 cuba angkat tangan lihat. Oh, okay. Sikit sini tak bagi datang ke? Siapa Part 1 angkat tangan, angkat tangan. Seorang? Siapa lagi? Semua tak ada. Semua, okay, siapa senior kat sini? Part 4 and above, Part 4 ke atas. Oh, ramai senior. Siapa Part 3 dan ke bawah angkat tangan? Oh, semua junior semua takut angkat tangan ah. Sini garang-garang. So when I was in Part 1, bila kita start Part 1, kita semua rajin sebab mak ayah hantar kita belajar. Kita datang sini niat kita nak belajar, kita nak buat elok, kita jumpa member semua nak ingin belajar. So if you look at my schedule right here, it's very, very nice. 8 AM is actually class. Alright, class, normal lah class. But back then, I need, what do we call nerd, apa? How you call, what's a nerd eh? Skema. I budak skema dulu waktu Part 1 first. Sebelum video game and everything like that, I was a skema kid. Kelas sekolah 8, 7.45, I'm already in class. Skema gila. 7.45 because I started doing my homework. And then class until 10 until 12, belajar and everything like that. Rest, makan, solat Zohor, pukul 2 kelas asar. Balik dorm, tapau makanan. Biasanya order nasi putih dengan daging and everything like that. Tapau, rest jap, mandi semua, semayang. And then study. Then isyak, semayang lagi. Then study sampai pukul 10 tidur. It's a very simple life. There's nothing complicated about it. Nak pergi beriadah pun kata tak ada kot. Kadang-kadang turunlah member ajak nak pergi makan kan, nak pergi lepak, something like that, pergi bandar. Because back then when I did my diploma, it was actually in Segamat, UiTM Segamat, Johor. So back in Johor, to go to the city, you have to spend 30 minutes, taking the yellow bus. It's like RM2 to pergi to the city. So it's worth it lah. It's either that or you just stay in university, right? So it looks great. So my first semester, I got myself Dean's List. It's amazing. Dean's List, okay? Sekarang tepuk ah. We wait until next one. Next slide. Now, this is when I was in my semester 4, or should we say Part 4. When it's a Part 4, my senior ajak I main Dota. Back then, it was Warcraft 3. Alright, so Warcraft 3, my Dota, my LAN, and everything like that. So my schedule was a little bit messed up. It's about addicted dengan main game. So I started coming late for class at 8 AM. Homework tak siap, kena marah dengan lecturer. Pukul 10 pun, memang kalau pukul 8 tak siap, pukul 10 pun tak siap. Pukul 12, bila rest time sekarang kat sini siapa suka main PUBG Mobile? Angkat tangan. Ramai. Siapa suka main Mobile Legend? Oh, ramai main Mobile Legend. Akak main Mobile Legend ke So usually bila kita ada free time, kita either kita makan, or tengah-tengah nak makan tu pun sempat lagi nak main satu game dengan member. Betul tak? Oh, bahaya ni. Semua cakap betul. And biasa tu, kadang-kadang setengah game dia late game kan. Setengah game kita main cepat, 15 minit. Ada setengah game sampai setengah jam. So terlambat pergi kelas, late game, kelas asar. Balik dorm, game. I tak lepak makan dengan kawan sebab I tapau makanan sebab nak main game kat bilik. And then, now this is a habit, I'll be honest with you. Back in the days when I did my gaming, right? A lot of my seniors, a lot of people who were on the same age as myself, and all of my colleagues, since we were addicted to gaming, we play from 10 p.m. until subuh. Because the thing is, you lose track of time. Because gaming is so fun and everything like that, you lose track of time, you don't study. And then bila kita tahu subuh, kita dengar azan tau. Dengar azan, ui, dah subuh ah. Baru nak subuh. Now, you have two options. It's either you solat subuh, or you tidur jap, bangun dan pergi kelas. And of course, you wouldn't be fresh because you didn't have some sleep. So it becomes an issue right here. Now, during the part 4, it was during my darkest time. I know that my result, I say I'm malu nak bagi tahu, but I'll be honest with you, the result was below 2.5 CGPA. Sorry, 2.5 GPA. All right, so it's around 2.1 or 2.2. So for me, that is considered bad because 3 is considered average. Bawah 2 is a fail, right? Kan, bawah 2. So 1.9 is a fail. 2 is still okay. So it's still the same going up right here. So it becomes a dangerous point because my parents got to know that my results were not doing good. They don't know that I'm gaming, but they kind of figured out that between part 3 and part 4, I got my first laptop, which was an Acer laptop. I got it, and I think it was an old Acer 4520 or something like that. So I started playing a lot of games, and you can see from the laptop, there's a lot of games being installed as well. So it became an issue. So part 5, my result was also bad. But part 6, I had a good self-realization that I need to get back up on my feet. Because if I don't do well on my part 6, I would not be able to actually graduate with more than 3.0 CGPA. Everything like that, right? So for the next one, now let's change this. Now, this is when things change, all right? During my part 6, I actually started becoming the Malaysia's first ever commentator for esports, doing Dota. And that year itself, I also started off being a debater, an English debater for UITM, competing with other amazing universities like UIA, UMS, USM, UM, and everything like that. So my whole schedule became better. Now, it's great that I get to arrive to class on time. It feels great when you come to class knowing your homework is finished, knowing you've done your revision, knowing that if your lecturer tanya you soalan, you tahu nak jawab apa. It feels great. Because you've all been ready and everything like that. Homework not finished and all that. Lunch and read non-patch notes, watch games and Zohor. Actually, that one I need to fix back number pukul 10. That's wrong, right? So number 12. Now, this is a practice I usually say. A lot of people as students, a lot of people do come to me and ask, how can we become professional gamers compared to people who do full-time gaming? People start to say, oh, why should I study when, you know, some people, they are going out there, practicing every day to become professional, while I'm here trying to get a degree or diploma, and I'm losing. Because these people practice 10 hours a day, and I only practice 1-2 jam dengan member and everything like that. Compared to them, they're practicing as professionals and much more. All right? So when I get to part 6, I make sure that I utilize the time very, very carefully. So in the afternoon, rather than gaming, I will actually read up on patch notes, I watch some professional games so that I will actually learn. Because people keep thinking that you would actually learn from all this just by playing the game. I need people to understand that it is not about the amount of hours you put into the game, but making the best use of the time you put into the game itself. Basically, even if you spend 2 hours within a game, you can actually perform a lot better than a person who actually puts in 10 hours into the game. All right, in terms of time. So you make good use of it, right? So class, asar, tapau, dinner, and everything else. So it's an amazing thing. And I even managed to actually get a really good night's sleep, although I sleep past 12 midnight. But I cannot lie about my schedule. I want you to understand the changes, the things I've taken, drastic measures taken to make sure that I actually graduate on time, all right? So next. Now this is my achievement after changing my lifestyle into a healthy gaming lifestyle. I did not get an amazing result for my CGPA for diploma in accountancy in UITM, but I did manage to get an honors in degrees in communication and psychology with more than 3.75 CGPA. I got 4 Dean's Lists over 2 years, and I'm also the National Student Leader of the Year for 2014/2015. I believe that if I can do it, you can do it as well. Now, I'm very sure a lot of you guys could start even earlier than as I do. If I can achieve all this, you can too as well. All right, so let's look at next slide. Now, I'm going to be talking about 3 things on healthy gaming right here, right? First off, we're going to be talking about physical health. Second, we're going to be talking about mental health. And number 3, we're going to talk about time. All right? Now, I'm very sure there's a lot of people out there who's been nagging to you guys, oh no, healthy gaming, I have to be healthy, I've got to eat sayur, kena makan berada, tak boleh makan McD, tak boleh makan nasi. Actually, that's not what it's all about, but I'll be going through it in a bit, all right? Now, let's go through the first slide, which is going to be on physical health, all right? First slide. All right, let me just do this, all right? It's much easier. Now, physical health, look great, feel great, and perform great, right? Now, you always have to remember, the thing about physical health, there's a lot of elements. You have your eyes, you have your hand coordination, you have your hand movement, reaction time, and much more. All right, so we want to watch out for all these different things. Number 1, you need to understand that if you want to do gaming or anything, you got to start your day with having a breakfast. A lot of people tend to neglect all these things because you don't feel that it's a necessity. But that's a reason why I did this healthy gaming presenting on student life. When a lot of those who are actually watching online, right, because this thing is actually on live stream. In UITM, you actually, how many subjects do you have in a semester right now? 6? You have 10? Oh my God, okay. It's scary. What is, okay, I'm worried if you guys at home can't hear it, it's around 10 subjects, all right? Almost every day you would have class, right? Is there a possibility that one day you won't have class? All right, so back in the days we had 7 subjects. So we try to make sure our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is full so that Jumaat we can balik early and Saturday and Sunday. But I guess you can't do that anymore, is it? Oh, okay, now I feel bad. Okay, things are getting worse, but it's okay. I'm not blaming university. They must have a good reason for it. Now, here's the thing. You're gonna go through a long day. It is tiring for you to be in a class for 2 hours. Nak kena dengar lecturer, nak kena buat assignment, nak kena tulis nota, nak kena apa lagi? Nak kena lecturer suruh baca a phrase from the book also. There's a lot of things you got to go through. You got to think, you got to write, you got to listen, you got to do a lot of things in class. It's very, very tiring, especially when you start with the day itself. But knowing gamers, high chance, more than 90% of the time, these gamers don't sleep early. It's very jarang you see them sleep bawah pukul 12. If you see them sleep below 12, they're really, really good people. Very, very disciplined people, I would say. All right, so knowing these people, they lack sleep. When you lack sleep, you don't have much energy to revitalize yourself. So you got to make sure that you start your day with having breakfast. So you have enough energy to actually run through the day. All right? And secondly, you got to make sure that drink water and keep yourself hydrated. Because even for myself, I don't keep myself hydrated enough much at the same time. Malaysia is actually very, very hot. Korang pernah tak berdiri kat tengah-tengah kawat kaki tu berkawat? Ni mesti ramai junior-junior sebab senior suruh diorang berkawat kan, and everything. Siapa sini yang join kawat kaki or anything like that under UiTM? Ada tak? Anyone join? Tak ada? Tak ada yang join breast band ke? Ada orang breast band kat sini? Tak ada? Kesatria ke? Tak ada? Oh, ada Kesatria, ada gang. Sorry. So orang Kesatria. So they know it's hot, right? You got to make sure yourself you're hydrated and much more. And number 3 is make sure to eat 3 meals a day and do not skip any of these meals, all right? Try to keep it between 3 to 4 meals, but 3 meals will be great because you start off with having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because breakfast, you makan breakfast, then kelas 2 jam, then kelas 2 jam lagi, dan pukul 12, then makan, then kelas 2 jam, keluar jam, and then dinner, and then you do whatever you want to do at night because before you start studying, before you start doing any activities, gaming or whatever, beriadah or anything like that, go out with girlfriend, boyfriend, you still got to eat. You got to make sure you nutritionize yourself. All right? And number 4 is very important. It's actually in becoming proactive. The thing about being a student is that I did this study during my degree is that students try their level best to not be proactive in class. Bila lecturer tanya, siapa nak jawab soalan ni? Semua orang tak nak angkat tangan. Semua orang takut. Okay, I nak panggil seorang atas stage. Siapa nak panggil? Lepas tu tengok, semua orang turun bawah. Semua turun bawah, tak nak make eye contact, semua takut. No, that's the thing. People don't want to be proactive. You don't want to be proactive, not just in class, but also in life. If you had the choice to go for... Okay, let me just grab my license, okay? The thing about UiTM is that there are also certain activities that you must go, right? Is there any compulsory events you need to go? Any compulsory ones? Can you name one event that compulsory? You mesti datang. What event? What event we have? Not replacement class. Any activity, dia mesti ada event tahunan UiTM ada? Ada? Was it? Huh? Tak dengar apa dah? Huh? Oh, college events. Okay. Now, college events is a very special case where when the college asks you to go, you need to go. If you don't go, you tak dapat college next time, right? Oh, takut dia orang nampak akak-akak tu. Dia memang tengah risau. Dia bawa buku college tak dapat bawa buku tu. Yang chalk pun tak ada. So you need to go for these things. Now, when events are not compulsory, you start to become lazy. It's like, oh, tak wajib kan? Dia mesti tanya member, okay, kita ada event ni, tak wajib kan? Tak bagi lah. Nama tak wajib, kenapa bagi kan? So that's the problem right here. If you had the choice to actually go for events, if it's not compulsory, you wouldn't go for it. Because you don't feel the necessity for it. Your schedule is already quite packed. But I need to become proactive. But not just in terms of gaming, but also in normal daily life as well. You can actually do recreation activities. You can do sports. You can do, I don't know, if there's a kolam renang here, you can do renang and much more, right? There's a lot of sports going on right here. Anybody here who actually does football, basketball, any sports athletes in UiTM? Raise up your hand. Any sports athletes here? Oh, don't tell me nobody's sports athlete. Yes, the one at the back. What do you play? Football. Any of your football teammates here? Any of your teammates here from football? Oh, okay, the whole team is right there. Any other sports? Any netball, basketball? Or you guys don't play any sport at all? Okay, what do you play? What do you play? Yes, the lady, yes. Any one of you guys, yeah. Any sports you play? Okay, this is an issue right here. We're trying, be proactive, right? I'm just telling you right now. Now, here's the thing. Now, these are all normal things that anybody could have told you to live a healthy lifestyle. Drink water and, you know, make sure to eat 3 meals a day. These are all simple stuff. Now, when we're talking about healthy gaming, right, there's a number of things. Number one is, you make sure when you start gaming, whether you're playing it in console, kalau korang main PS4 ke, kalau korang main Nintendo Switch ke, korang main Mobile Legends, korang main PUBG Mobile, anything like that. When you sit down, you're going to make sure that you sit down comfortably. All right, you're gonna have a correct body posture so that you don't play like this. Get it? You're gonna play simple. Bro, can you show me how you play PUBG Mobile? You, any one of you guys, you four. Yeah, any one of you guys. Any of you guys, anyone who actually play, how do you play mobile phone games? Anyone? Nobody want to show? Oh, semua tak nak mengaku semua. The normal posture for a person who actually plays mobile phone games when they lepak ada mamak, lepak ke kedai makan nasi campur and anything like that, the body posture is actually wrong because you start to bend down your head like this. And when you start looking at your phone, it's very, very close to your eyes. Right? Because, of course, everybody will say that, oh, because we need to see everything very, very closely and everything like that. It becomes an issue because once you start doing that for a period of time, you will realize these people don't have good body posture. You will realize that they will start actually having their heads moving a little bit back, the back's a little bit hunched, and the way they walk is a little bit funny as well because they're not practicing good practice healthily, all right? So you got to make sure they sit comfortably and correct body posture, and don't get too close to the screen, whether it's a monitor or whether it's a screen on mobile phones, whether it is on your Nintendo Switch or anything like that. It's very, very important because you have to understand that it sounds silly, it sounds so simple, like, why is this guy reminding us about all these things? Because imagine this. Now we're at an age where we're ranging around 18 to 22 years old here doing your diploma or doing your degree. All right? But there are a lot of people out there who started doing gaming even before such age. Some of them are in high school and everything. Imagine for the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be repeating the same thing over and over again for a long period of time. You tend to actually have bad health practices, and then you start to bend down a lot when you play games and everything like that. Don't you think that your eyes will get bad? Don't you think you have bad body posture? And it's kind of funny that a lot of people complain of me having bad backache, but then they're like 20 years old. Aku sakit belakang ah. Lepas tu member cakap, kau ni dah tua ke apa? Baru 22 tahun, 23 tahun dah sakit belakang. Because they do not practice sitting comfortably and making sure that they have good body posture. Alright, you play games, you don't play game. Jujur lah, who here play game one game a day? Mobile Legend, angkat tangan. One game only. Akak baiknya, okay, akak tu, 2 orang tu, okay, dia main 1. Who here plays 2 games a day, minimum? Tadi cakap main 1. Who here plays 3 games minimum a day of Mobile Legend? Raise up your hands. Minimum. Wow, I'm worried there's a lot of people who haven't raised up. Who here plays a minimum of 5 games a day? Raise up your hands. Oh yeah, okay, this is bad. Now here's the thing, imagine this. Usually for a simple game of either Mobile Legends or AOV or PUBG Mobile, minimum it will take around 10 minutes. If the game goes quite amazing, it's going to be 9 minutes and below, all right? Let's say 10 minutes for a normal mobile game, times with 5 games. That's 50 minutes of statically sitting down in safe position, looking closely to the right. Over time, you're going to be damaging your health. Your body, your eyes, your soul, you don't feel good, and much more. And then this becomes an issue right here, right? And then make sure to stretch and warm up before playing games. The same applies. People are saying, why should I stretch and warm up? It'll be so weird. Imagine kau nak main game, tiba-tiba kau buat macam ni. I'm very sure somebody will start laughing at you for doing so. But it's very, very important. You have to understand, people keep talking about electronic sports. Who here believes that e-sport is a sport? Raise up your hands. Okay, since there's not a lot of people who raise up their hands for that, who here believes esports is not a sport? Raise up your hands. Kak, you're making enemies out of everyone here, I'm just saying, right? Please don't raise up your hands. I'm just asking, who here thinks esports is not a sport? Raise up your hands. Okay, now let me rephrase. Who here thinks esports is a sport? Raise up your hands. Okay, but of course, everybody will love to think esports is a sport. But don't you think we need to have the same practices as a sport to become a sport, correct? If any other sport requires you to stretch, if any other sport requires you to practice, if any other sport requires you to actually be having good sportsmanship and much more, we should be applying the same. Then that is how you make sure that people are accepted for esports to actually become a sport. Not just because we want it to become a sport, because video game is amazing, you can win a lot of money. That's not true. If you want people to be excited with esports, you got to show to the people that it is exactly a sport as how it's meant to be. All right? Now, let's look at our next slide right here. Halim? Halim, next slide. Okay, now let's talk about mental health. I love this one a lot, all right? Because this is one of our biggest issues in esports. It's not exactly physical health, but it's actually mental health. All right, number 1, you got to make sure you have good sportsmanship. 2, you got to make sure you're surrounded by good friends. 3, you got to be mindful of things you do and say. Number 4. Number 4 is what, guys? Again, one more time. 1, 2, 3. What's number 4? Exactly. Now, which one of your friends here that you know trash talk a lot in game? Raise up your hands. Okay. Sorry. Again. Which one of your friends who is somewhere around here trash talk a lot? Point to the person. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got some consensus going on. Okay, put out your hand. Definitely not me, all right? Before I talk about that, I'll continue on. Number 5 is self-reflection, and number 6 is teamwork. Now let's talk about the first one, having good sportsmanship. Now, the thing is, for people who actually do practice and play all these games online, you would understand that when you play in a server, when you play online, you will end up with playing with people who are not from Malaysia. You will end up with people from Indonesia, from Thailand, from Philippines, from where else? From China, for a lot more. Now, there are different people from different cultures. All right, you don't know who you're going to meet. You might just be meeting up with Malaysians as well. Now, the thing is, whoever you meet, online or offline, you got to make sure you have good sportsmanship. You don't meet your opponent up here on stage. When Keanu calls the team up on stage, Keanu makes sure that they all shake hands. They say, good luck, have fun. May the best person win. You're not wishing ill of the opponents, but you're just saying that do your best, but we're going to be winning it. All right? And when the team loses or win, they will say, end up shaking hand. That is good sportsmanship, right? Being respectful, be within the law, do not break any of the rules within the game, and everything should be a good sportsmanship. Number 2 is surround with good friends. Now, this is very, very important. Being in a university, especially in university, this is different than people who actually live in the real world. Being in a university is that you go to class, you meet the same people. You go makan, you meet the same people. You go back to the dorm, siapa sini yang duduk luar? Angkat tangan. Ada yang duduk luar? Oh, not much, right? But who here stays at hostel? Yang duduk kat college? Angkat tangan. Yeah, so there's a lot of college people right here. You end up meeting the same person sampai dah meluat tengok muka Mamat tu for the next 2 to 3 years. All right? They're going to be your great friends. All right? When you cry, you break up, you jumpa diorang. Bila assignment tak siap, you jumpa diorang. Minta diorang nak tiru jawapan. When you want to go to class, you'll meet them. When you eat, you'll meet them. It shapes your environment right here. Your friends shapes who you are and what you're about to become in the future itself. Trust me, this is very, very true as well. Because the thing is, if you're surrounded by good friends, whether you're gaming and doing any activity, you will end up being good at the same time as well. But of course, it's not that easy to manipulate people and everything, but your environment shapes you itself, all right? Try to be surrounded by good friends who actually supports you with playing healthy gaming lifestyle. You don't jumpa mamat tu yang suka main game sampai 10 jam non-stop tu. Try to be surrounded by friends who actually want you to become better at the game, who promotes you to actually become a better person in life as well. Now, number 3 is be mindful of things you do and say, and don't trash talk. No, for those people who you pointed, who does a lot of trash talking, can you point back at them again? Where's the trash talking people? Point at them, where? Don't lie like this. Now, this is bad. You think about it this way, right? It is not a good thing for you to actually do any means of trash talking to anyone. I always encourage people to actually become the better person, to make sure that they actually promote good, healthy gaming, because you have to understand, people all around the world are actually watching you, the things that you do, you play and everything like that. When you go on a national level or international level, people start to see the things you do, start to see the things you wear, the things you say, and much more. If you practice trash talking, imagine you are the next Lee Chong-wei, but esports. Right, let's say for example, we have one guy, Patch. Where's our MC there? Mana Abang Keanu mana? Abang Keanu. Imagine Abang Keanu is actually our esports national athlete. Keanu is our MLBB #1 ranked player in Southeast Asia. But then in one of his live streams, in one of his play games in international level, he starts trash talking the opponents. He started cursing, saying bad things, and bad physical gestures and much more. Is that the kind of person we want to represent esports? Is that the kind of esports you want to show to the world? Now, if people were to see such a thing, representing esports, would people be accepting of esports as a sport? Exactly, that's the thing. If people are not accepting of it, then why do you do all the trash talking? It becomes an issue because it's a collective effort by everyone to make sure that people are accepting of video games, of esports. All right? So to make this all work together, it's not just about pointing the person who does the trash talking, but it is also your responsibility as friends to make sure that he or she does not do all these bad things and everything much more, right? So I need to hasten out a few things, all right? So this improves your mood, concentration, reduce stress, depression, and boosts self-confidence, relationship traits, and be a good example. Now, I have one more slide. Can we move on to the last slide? Now, this is going to be my final slide. It is on time, and this is the most important slide out of all things. Since a lot of students complain that they could not become professional gamers because they are busy with studies, I need you to understand that if you do spend time wisely, you can become a professional gamer and end up with having a diploma or a degree or a PhD or a master's in any education you want to pursue on. Now, let me elaborate on a few important things right here on how you spend time. Whenever you tell your friends, your families, your life partner, and much more about training, you need to understand that there's a different type of training, all right? Training is not about you sitting there with your 4 friends 5 of you for Mobile Legends, playing the game for 10 hours straight does not mean that you are spending good time on training. Training is divided into a number of things. Number 1 is you practice with friends, yes. You can play it normally. Number 2, you're also required to actually do research on the game as part of the training. Now, where's our commentator? Where's Abang Adam or Iku tu ada? Or they're at the back. Now, for people like Adam Spartanker and Ikuto, right? They are commentators. They have a good understanding of the game so that they know what they're talking about. And even if they do end up playing the game, they understand the game well enough for them to actually perform well. That is the importance of actually doing research on said games that you want to pursue on. If you want to pursue on Mobile Legends, there is certainly a period of time when the game will actually be patched, where you need to study, understand what is the current meta. What is the best hero to pick during such situations? What is a good draft? What is a bad draft? What's a great playstyle? What is the best scenario to actually play with said draft and much more? So these are research which is part of training. It's not just about you practice, and pray to God that, you know, since I practice enough, maybe I can beat them. It's not that, all right? You have to do your research. Number 3, you need to have postmortem. Now, research and postmortem is 2 different things. Research, you do, you know, you do all this research online, like all this places and much more. But postmortem are usually things you do after a game. When a game ends, there are a number of scenarios that will happen. Number 1, if the game you win, you will high-five your teammate. Good job, bro. You did great. You did great. Kau ni sampah. Kau noob. Tapi tak apa. You did great. We won. And much more. But a lot of teams never took the time to sit down. Okay, guys, game dah end. Kita menang. I know we won. But let's sit down and discuss what happened in the game. Let's watch the replay back. Who here, can you raise your hands, whichever team that's competing in kick for this Puncak Alam? Raise up your hands. Any teams here? Any teams? Or all they're still competing? All right, so if you are competing in any competition, have you ever took the time to say to your teammate, hey, you know what, bro, nanti kita balik, jom kita tengok balik kita replay, maybe we can improve more. Have you ever had that thought? Raise up your hands. Wow, okay, this is bad. You need to have these things, right? Because if you want to become professionals, you need to reflect back on your playstyle, the things that you've done during the game, do a bit of research, and improve on more. Like I said, it's not just about the amount of hours you put into it, playing the game, but you also need to have a look at how you play the game and how you can improve more. Because there's always another person outside who can actually point out the things that you can actually do better within the game. All right, and last one is actually on scrim. Now, this is also another thing that a lot of teams, normal teams, not professional, they don't do, right? What you need to do on scrimming is simple as this. You just have to approach another professional team or an amateur team and tell them, hey, boleh tak kalau esok pukul 10 malam kita practice match? And usually you will scrim with a team that is either as good as you or better than you. Because, you know, if you play with a team that's weak, you wouldn't improve. If you play with a team that's average as you, then probably you have a chance to actually win and not win as well. All right? And other than that, you got to make sure that you actually do your studies, have good amount of sleep, 6 to 8 hours a day, as well as, well, spending time with family and friends. Because the final one of family and friends is very important because other than gaming, you also need to spend time with the people you love. Some people, they game all day. They forgot to actually spend time with their friends. Their friends complain that you never hang out with them. Your friends tend to leave you. And family members think that you're focusing more on games rather than themselves, which really breaks people's hearts and much more. And you wouldn't want that to actually happen to you in the future as well. All right? So I guess that's all from today, all from me. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And hopefully you guys get a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Flava. Please give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Baiklah. Sekarang ni Keanu sedang berada sebelah Shirin ya. Sebab Shirin dengan cerita ada soalan nak ditujukan kepada Flava. Flava, nampak I tak?
Oh, nampak.
Kat sini, dia kena tengok the whole day one nak cari I ya. So, Shirin ada soalan untuk you. Apakah soalannya?
Adakah gamers perempuan diberi peluang yang sama kepada gamers lelaki?
Ada gamers lelaki nak jawab ke?
Gamers lelaki, ada yang nak jawab ke?
Did you guys hear her question?
Okay, Shirin tanya adakah peluang yang sama diberikan kepada pemain game wanita? Because you know sometimes gender discrimination might happen elsewhere, but in gaming adakah itu berlaku ataupun tidak? Flava, apakah jawapannya?
Okay, there's a few ways to answer this. Sharon, right? Thank you for the question. Now, let me address this question in a number of ways. When you say gaming, I think what she's asked, is it about tournament? Sharon, is it on tournament or normal casual gaming?
Tournament.
All right, in tournament related. A lot of women, a lot of female gamers request that organizers actually make an all-female tournament. All right? Because they wanted that, you know what, it'll be great if the female gamers get to play with the female gamers and exclude the guy gamers and much more. Now, there's a lot of perceptions out there. Number one is some people feel that female gamers are not being discriminated because there's no such thing as any tournament banning any women from entering any tournament lah, because the tournament is open. There's no such thing as men only, women only. Of course, there are women only lah. There's no such thing as a man-only tournament itself. All right, for other sports, it's very different. We have a male division, we have a female division, and we have a mixed division right here. But for esports, we do not. But a lot of female gamers feel that they're being discriminated in a number of ways. Number one is when you play online, kan sekarang kan technology has, there's a lot of technology advancement where a lot of phones have microphone options where you can turn on and turn off your phone. Whenever dekat MLBB, or AOV, or PUBG M, or PUBG PC, Dota ke apa, kalau dengar suara perempuan, oh, perempuan lah. The first thing that the guy will say is, kau kena pick support. Betul tak? Nampak sangat kau orang ni jahat kan? You're not supposed to say anything, that was a trap. The first thing they will say is, oh, kalau kau perempuan, kau kena pilih support. Because they don't trust that women are actually as good as men. There's a lot of perceptions like that. It's bad, I understand, but I need to tell the truth. This is what majority of the people actually thinks, which is really a bad thing. Right? You need to understand that there are women who are as good as men right here in the world. I'll give you one example. Now, in Malaysia, we actually have a national esports athlete by the name of Ramona. She is a CSGO professional player, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and she eats men for breakfast. Not literally, but she wakes up in the morning, she kills some men in CSGO, and that's what makes her day goes great and everything like that. She can play, if not as good, but greater than guys. All right, if you would say that, you know, in terms of discrimination, it happens. But I want women all around the world, not just in Malaysia, not just those in UITM, for those who are watching as well, that women are as good as men. Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
All right, thank you everyone.
Give it up for Farouq once again, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, Flava, after hearing your talk kan, I macam nak bagi nickname lain pada you tau.
Oh no, please no. Okay, what is it?
Okay, I assure you it's okay. I nak panggil dia Papa of Esports. Sebab advice dia macam, you know how like your big brother or your father would give you, which I love. Dia lah advice kita, posture kena jaga, makan kena jaga, timing kena jaga. So that is why he deserves another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Kita berikan tepukan yang paling gemuruh. He is someone that I really, really look up to in esports, honestly. So thank you for that amazing talk you've given all of us.
All right, thank you so much everyone. I'll take my leave from this.
No, okay. But Flava jangan balik lagi tau.
Okay, jangan balik. Okay,
no, jangan balik rumah lagi. But okay, stay with me. Stay. You know why? Lepas ni grand finals dah nak mula dah. Oh my god, the heat is on, Flava. The heat is on. Oh my god.
I'm excited for grand final. It's a best of 3, right?
Correct, best of 3. So, Flava stay sini dan anda kat rumah pun stay. Jangan pergi ke mana-mana kerana sama-sama lah. Kita akan saksikan grand finals XPAXKEK untuk Zone Central. Jumpa lagi selepas ini hanya dalam XPAX Kejohanan E-Sukan Campus.